The Broken Arrow Sky Race at Palisades Tahoe is more than just a race. It's a full weekend dedicated to celebrating the mountain running community. With a buzzing vendor village, athlete panels, music, and competitive racing for people of all abilities, Broken Arrow is the way to kick off a summer in the mountains. While this video is primarily a course preview of the 23K and 46K courses, all distances with the exception of Iron Face and Kids Race run on these trails. I hope to share conditions, data, and strategy so anyone competing will know what they're up against and have a great race. The race starts right in the heart of the Palisades Village and you run out into the parking lot past Coffee Bar. The balcony of Coffee Bar is a great place to see the racers take off from. I would just recommend getting there about 10 minutes early if you want a good spot. After about 300 or 400 yards of racing through the parking lot, the race course chokes out into a wide single track where passing is possible but challenging. Being strategic at the start with the racers that you line up next to can make a big difference here, as you really want to be moving at a comfortable speed when you enter the woods. If you made the wrong choice and are not with the group of people you want to be with, there is an opportunity about a half mile later where you can do some passing as you get onto the Lakeview Trail, which is a pretty wide cat track. However, this cat track does not last very long, as pretty soon you take a left back onto single track where you join the historic Western States Trail and do about 2 miles of running through the woods. While this section of woods is probably not going to be responsible for you having a great race, it can certainly ruin your day. This section of trail is very runnable as it's very smooth and there are no steep up and down hills. Just don't get carried away and go too hard here, as there's a lot more race that needs to be run. After about 3 miles of total race distance, you pop out of the woods back onto a ski run and realize why this isn't just a trail race, but actually a mountain race. This is the start of the main ascent on the course, and you are going to gain about 2,000 feet, going from 6,800 feet to 8,800 feet in a little over 3 miles. There also are some downhill sections through there, so if you're going uphill, it is going to be steep. You climb up the Lakeview Trail all the way to the Snow King aid station, which is about 4.6 miles into the race, and this is where Resort Chair and Red Dog Chair meet if you're a skier at Palisades. All of the aid stations on the course are very well stocked. They offer water, electrolytes, a slew of different gels, and then some more substantial food options like fruit or bars. After the aid station, there's a short little downhill. If you're running the 11K, you're going to take a right and begin your descent to the village to finish. If you're running the 18K, this is where you meet the main race course, and the 18K, 23K, and 46K all parallel each other for the remainder of the race. All 3 race distances at this point run along Red Dog Ridge before getting to the top of the Olympic Lady Chair. This part of the race is super fun and gorgeous. You're up out of the trees, you're on this beautiful airy ridge, you got nothing but mountains in every single direction, Lake Tahoe behind you. Don't forget to take a minute, look around, take in the amazing area that you're racing in, because it is glorious. After a quick run around the Eagle's Nest, you end up at the top of KT22. This is where the ascent course, formerly the vertical kilometer, meets up with the race course, and this parallels the other races all the way to the high point of the race, which is the top of the Palisades. From KT22, you run down to the saddle. This is the longest downhill on what I am calling the ascent part of the course. After you get to the saddle, it starts to go up and up and up and pretty much stays that way until you reach the high point of the race course. The first part of this is the ski run C2 Ridge, and this is a nice sustained uphill. If you're a good power hiker, this is a great place to make some passes, as a lot of runners might not have the stamina or endurance to do this part fast, and a lot of people have already burn themselves on the first couple parts of the course. So if you have a little bit of energy reserved and you can keep moving a little above 3 miles an hour, you're probably going to be passing some people, which is what I did and made a big difference. After you make it to the top of the headwall chairlift, you have the final bit of the ascent, which is really the signature part of the Broken Arrow Sky Race. You are up on a glorious airy ridge with some awesome terrain on every single side of you, and you are just climbing up. The terrain is pretty steep and rough, class 2, borderline class 3, but fortunately they have some fixed ropes as well as the signature ladder to get you up very securely. I would not be concerned if you have a small fear of heights. After the ladder, you make it to the high point of the race. This is the top of Washeshu Peak, otherwise known as the Palisades if you are a skier. This area was blasted by the Army Corps of Engineers sometime between the 40s and the 60s, which is why it's so flat. Since you're at the high point of the race, there is really nowhere to go but down. After a quick little drop that brings you to the top of the Siberia Chair, you are at the second aid station, so grab what you need quick and get ready for a fast and fun downhill. You are going about 2 miles, and it is on a double-track service road. It's fast, not too steep, super runnable, have a lot of fun here. It's really nice to be on the backside of the mountain, see some new terrain, and move fast after all that climbing that you have done. Once you get down by the bottom of the Shirley chair, you take a right and head sort of into the Solitude area, and this is where you resume the single track. You're on flat for a little ways before you do the final ascent up out of the Solitude area to get to high camp. This part of the race can be a little rough as you're almost 10 miles in and above 7,500 feet. You just got to kind of keep it together, put one foot in front of the other to get up out of that area. You can encounter some snow here. You can encounter some snow in this whole race course, but this is a higher elevation north facing slope. So if you're going to run across snow, this final climb is probably going to be where you're going to see it. This was run in 2024, which was a very low snow year, and this was the one part of the course that had mandatory snow. Once you top up out of that bowl, you are at high camp, which is the last aid station. Rumor has it that if you ask around, you can maybe get a shot of whiskey here along with the other amenities that they offer, so you might want to take advantage of that. And then you got nothing but downhill to the finish. A vast majority of it is on single track with a couple of areas of double track. This part was super enjoyable. You start running down by the Broken Arrow chair. This is an area that not a lot of people ski, but it was really nice trail. Some of my favorite part of this race. After you get out of the Broken Arrow area, you traverse across the Washeshu lift, and then you end up on a single track that kind of goes down the C2 headwall area and then the KT area before you finish. This whole single track is very runnable. There's a couple of short technical sections, but a lot of it is good, smooth, fast trail. So have some fun with it. Really let it hang out. You can move, you can fly, you can feel like a hero. It's great. For the last 3/4 of a mile, you leave the single track and end up on the service road that will bring you all the way down. Once this starts flattening out, you'll start seeing crowds, start hearing people cheer you on, start really enjoying yourself. You run around the Funatel, and then you bang a quick U-turn before you finish in on the village, and you gotta ring that bell. That is the Broken Arrow signature. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this information useful, and if you're heading out to Broken Arrow this summer, I hope you have a really great race and found some useful information here. If you enjoyed this video, thank you so much. Please give it a like. And if you like more outdoor adventure content coming at you from California, rock climbing, mountaineering, hiking, backpacking, you name it, please consider subscribing to the channel, as I have a lot of really cool adventure stuff coming your way. And I hope you have a great race at Broken Arrow.